Hey, welcome back to the Three Sad Fans podcast, though we should really rename the podcast after what happened last week. I'm the Sad Panthers fan, Tom. That, to my right, is the Sad Ravens fan, Noah. And the guy up there, the reason why we have to change the name.
Parsons! Let's go!
Yeah.
Michael freaking Parsons!
Freaking Parsons!
Yeah. Happy Packer fan, Aaron.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Micah, not Michael, by the way.
True.
Breaking my
We
chair.
don't like Michael.
Unbelievable. Honestly, no, I think we need to call the police. The Packers just
Oh, yeah.
robbed an old man.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, God. What was Jerry Jones thinking?
Jerry
Like,
Jones wasn't thinking. He's like 90.
Giving it your best player.
Oh, no, that's true. That is like
true,
that is
but,
probably
like,
their actual best player on their team. Like if you go by the NFL's top 100, Micah Parsons was put somewhere in the top 20, and I don't think there's a single Cowboy above him. Maybe Dak Prescott. I'd have to look at the list, but I don't even think Dak is above him. He's literally
that much.
their best
Dak
player.
Prescott is that much. Yeah. Not even close. That was
You gonna
a
look it
crazy
up? You gonna
trade.
fact
And
check
what
it? I'll show the trade
what-
on the screen real quick since we're just going to jump into
what
that
was the
right
trade?
away.
Because
So the trade is
we
the
need to
Packers
get the
received
facts
Micah
up.
Parsons, and so they would have had him for like the remainder of the year, but immediately signed him for a 4-year contract. So they could have just had him for the 1 year because that's what was remaining for Dallas to pay for him. But the Packers right then and there were like, we're locking you in. We're giving you 4-year, $188 million right now. That is what we're paying you to be here. And then the Cowboys ended up getting Kenny Clark, which was I guess he was one of the better defensive players on the Packers, but he is getting older. So they want to they want to get the young guy because Micah Parsons is 26 and Kenny Clark is Micah Parsons even younger? All I know is Kenny Clark is 30. And Mike Parsons just signed a 4-year deal, 26, and in 4 years he will be 30. So it's like getting a refreshed, better Kenny Clark for the next 4 years, and plus they get 2 first-round picks.
Yeah. Also, fact checked. Micah Parsons clocked in at 17. Dak Prescott clocked in at 16.
Oh, so they did put them right next to each
close.
other. I don't think Dak is that good though.
This is the 2024 version. Thank you, NFL, for giving me the wrong. Why would they give me the wrong one?
I mean, do we want to base it off last season instead?
Oh no, because then
I was right.
Because last season was not a good indicator. Dak Prescott did not play well.
No, he didn't. I don't think Dak Prescott's gonna do as good this season. If he played poorly last season, Cowboys are fucked.
While Tom looks into that real quick, I'll just explain the 2 first-round picks would be good if maybe they traded Micah to a team that wasn't going to do well, and therefore those first-round picks would be earlier in the draft. But the Packers have been regularly in the 20s. So it's you get to have a second pick in the first round, but it's not going to go any sooner. So you get 2 first-round picks, but just like in fantasy, the first 8 picks go, and now you're like, who do I pick now? So if you're pick number 12 and number 22, you get to go twice, but you're still not getting the best guys in line.
Okay, I think I figured it out. Micah Parsons clocked in at 36, and Dak clocked in at 79.
Dak fell off. Still in the top 100.
He was hurt a lot last season, right? So,
was he?
And I think they only dropped Micah Parsons
right.
because of the back thing, and a lot of people are worried because they're like, well, his back issues are acting up. Is he actually going to play for the Packers? Is he going to play well? He had to pass a physical before the trade went through. He'll be fine. If anything, they'll just give him whatever they gave Aaron Rodgers that night he came back against the Bears at halftime. You remember that?
What happened there?
Okay, so the Packers were down 3 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers gets hurt halfway through the first quarter. And at halftime, they thought he was done. But at halftime, he comes running out of the locker room, and they're like, "Didn't someone just fall on your leg?" And he's like, "I feel great. The doctor gave me something. I don't know what it is, but I feel great." And he led his second half comeback.
Steroids.
Smelling salts.
That's exactly what I thought of, steroids and smelling salts.
So they're just gonna give Micah whatever that is, They got
exactly.
They got it on standby. If they had it for Rodgers, they got it for Parsons.
They better have it on standby. Whether it's legal is a different question, but
honestly,
good stuff.
Honestly, I bet this whole preseason, this back injury thing was part of the negotiation tactics. It's just like, come on, you know, I could just hold out. You know, that's not a problem. You know, pay me my money. And honestly, again, Jerry Jones could have signed Micah back in like April for like $35 million. But since he waited after T.J. Watt and what's his name, Myles Garrett got their contract extensions,
raises the price. Yeah, that ceiling is getting higher.
Yep.
And that's how he got paid, what, $47 million annually or something like that?
The highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL per year.
Wild.
Yeah. And it's only going to go up. We're going to say that again next year.
Well, yeah, so it's only going to go up, but only if you have that level of skill. So when Max Crosby's coming in for his, like, re-signing, it's probably going to go much higher for him as well. But, you know, like, your nobody cornerback on the Titans isn't going to be going for $40 million a year. That's not happening, probably.
But not.
So, anyway.
At least 10, maybe 1.
You guys wanted to get into the quick shout-outs before we jump into the meat of it?
Yeah, we have shout-outs.
Oh, I have a couple shout-outs. Can I go with my first shout-out real quick because I'm very excited for this one? Since it's football related, I'd like to welcome back everybody to Backyard Football, baby.
We love Backyard
coming out
Football.
next week. Oh, I can't wait. I'm like so tempted to just not show up for work and just stay home and play Backyard Football. I wish I could.
How many super colossal cereal bowls can I win in one day? Let's find out.
All of them. And actually, what's really quirky about this, so they couldn't bring back any of the NFL teams due to, like, I think it's EA who holds the copyright, so they have all of these,
the Madden
like,
series, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so it's just, they're not budging on that, but that's okay because Backyard Sports has always had a colorful cast of different, like, teams that you play against and whatnot. So they made some up and also pulled some out of the, that back room that they have there, right? But on top of that, the pros, they got a hold of a lot of the pros and they agreed to come back and use their likeness. So Jerry Rice and Barry Sanders and Randall Cunningham, literally all of them except for one. Do you guys know who the one is?
Oh, is it your favorite quarterback of all time, Brett Favre?
It's not I won't call him my favorite. But yes, Brett Favre will not be making a return. And they didn't disclose why, but I assume it has nothing to do with the fact that they didn't, that he said no. I believe they didn't even ask, just because.
Nothing about having someone who stole from welfare in your game. No.
Did you see who they replaced him with, though?
Yeah, I did. No, did you see?
I did not.
You didn't see who they replaced him with? You don't watch my YouTube shorts?
Was it Fred Barv or whatever? Like, I
was thinking they were going to do that at first. I thought it was going to be Fret Barv or something along those lines, right? But no, they replaced him with this kid who kind of looks like he could have been Brett Favre younger, but not. But his name is Chase Downfield. He is Chuck Downfield's younger brother. So Chuck Downfield, the announcer. So like his info here says Chase is one of the toughest players in the league. Whenever he plays, he always looks up to his brother Chuck because the broadcast booth is up at the tippity top of the bleachers. But he has literally the same stats as Brett Favre, and so literally makes him with one more running stat. He is one behind Pablo Sanchez. So shout out Backyard Football. I cannot wait to play it. I'm going to spend all my time playing that, all of it.
Love that game.
There's kids like literally right outside the window. And they talk.
Darn
really
kids!
loudly.
They should be inside playing backyard football.
That's what I'm saying. Get ready. All right, we got a couple more shout outs, courtesy of Tom. The first one is from the Arizona Cardinals defensive coordinator. I didn't realize they had defensive coordinators who were young as 32 years old.
Dude could be playing right now.
He could be.
True.
And I also didn't realize that they had defensive linemen who were still playing at 39.
Yeah.
So, you thought Aaron Rodgers was old.
Yeah, you usually, like in the leagues, you're used to the coaches being older gentlemen like Bill Belichick and who's on the Raiders now, that guy, Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll.
Yeah, Pete Carroll.
And coaching all these younger dudes in their 20s. And then so you got Nick Rallis, who's talking about coaching the defensive lineman Calais Campbell. Is that how you say his name?
Calais Campbell.
Calais Campbell. And he's like a father figure to me. So that's really quirky. We love that they have a sense of humor about it. And then our last shout out of the day is that Hunter Renfrow, is he actually on the Panthers now? Is that?
Yeah, he got signed to the Panthers.
He got signed to the Panthers, but he almost didn't because his daughter was on the phone watching Bluey, and the Panthers kept trying to call him, and she kept declining it so she could keep watching Bluey.
It was head coach Canales, GM Dan Morgan, Hunter Renfrow's agent. They all tried to get a hold of him. But I think his daughter, had his phone and it was just like, watching Bluey.
I mean,
decline.
Could you imagine
Bluey.
being
Decline.
like the Panthers, being all like,
I want my Bluey.
Hunter's out here playing hard to get, huh? Well, two can play at that game.
No, this is Patrick.
And then his actual agent being all like, Hunter, pick up the phone. I'm trying to get you a job. So
it's just really funny.
Listen, Bluey's very important, all right? Shout out Bluey for real.
It is.
For real.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. All right, you guys got any more shout outs you want to throw out there before we get into the meat and potatoes?
One more shout out.
You got a shout out?
As of when we're recording this, football is back tomorrow.
Yeah, it's true. It'll be back today as you're listening to this.
Yeah.
3 out of the next 4 days we'll have a NFL football game. Actually, no, even better. 4 out of the next 5. I just realized because it goes
that is true.
Thursday, Friday,
Right.
skip Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We're so back. Oh, what a
Dallas
great shout
Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles kicking off Thursday night.
That's the game of all time.
I mean,
that's one's gonna be a blowout, but
you could have chosen a better game, but they didn't know that Micah Parsons was gonna leave the Cowboys because Jerry Jones is stupid. I mean, they knew Jerry Jones was stupid, but they didn't know that this was gonna happen.
Nope.
Honestly, this was the best game they could have picked. Just watching the Eagles raise the Super Bowl banner as the Cowboys watch on.
Hopelessly.
Beautiful. Script writers are on fire.
Tom Grossi, he writing straight fires the script writer this year. I didn't get a chance to see his his first of the season for if the NFL was scripted, but it's like 10 minutes long, and I'm really looking forward to sitting down and watching that. And then the Friday game is free on YouTube. Did you see that Mr. Beast and the NFL made like a skit for it?
Oh, they did?
Mm-hmm. It came out today. It was like this 3-minute skit where Mr. Beast was like, I just bought the NFL and I'm going to put YouTubers on every team. And so he had Sketch put on a Texans jersey and then get hit in the end zone and fall over. And it was all right. It wasn't. I didn't recognize most of the content creators in there where they're like, put me on the Jets. I want to be on the Jets. Right? Like, I don't know who any of these people are. They didn't get Tom Grossi. They didn't get Brandon Perna. They didn't get like actual sports YouTubers. They could have had Scooter do the Dallas Cowboys, but they got Dude Perfect instead. And like, hey, I love Dude Perfect, but I really didn't recognize anyone else there. So whatever. Anyway, the whole thing at the end of it was an advertisement for the fact that you can watch one NFL game on YouTube for free. And I kind of knew this already. I've been talking about it for the past few weeks because when you go to the YouTube channel, they set up the live broadcast for it like 3 weeks early. It's just been sitting there. It's constantly had like 47 people waiting for this event, and it's like, dude, it's like halfway through August.
Yeah, like
any minute now.
Cowboy.
Any minute now. Some people are just excited.
It's gonna start any minute now.
I bet they do a sneak peek and they start 17 days early. So
now, if they did that, then the script writers are real. You know,
they're like, "Whoops, we leaked it. Saw it early." All right, but you guys ready for some higher or lower? Because this will just be a quick segment. I want to do this maybe every single week, just because the power rankings come out every single week. But we'll see if they come out like. But I think they'll probably come out after we do our recordings. But we'll figure it out. All right, unless they come out on Tuesdays. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we've got, at least for our teams, We've got them on the list of the NFL's power rankings. So the official NFL's power rankings, not Fox Sports, not ESPN, who the NFL themselves and their analysts think are every single team ranked in order. So number 1, Philadelphia Eagles, because it's always like their rules is always whoever wins the Super Bowl starts at number 1. It just makes sense. And then as the season goes on, whoever is at the top of the list, as long as they stay undefeated, they stay at the top of the list until they lose. So that's just how it works. But for right now, as the season starts, number 1 is the Philadelphia Eagles, but number 2 is the Baltimore Ravens. Are they too high or too low? What do you guys think?
I mean, I actually think they're too high.
You think number 2 is too high?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're at least 5. If I had to put them in like an actual order, I think they're at least 5. I feel like there are better teams out there than.
Okay, so here's the question then. If they're at 5 and the Eagles obviously are at 1, who is 2, 3, and 4 in your opinion? In no particular order. I'm not going to make you sit here and overanalyze it.
In no particular order. Actually, I looked ahead. The order that they show up is what I would have had said. The Chiefs, the Bills, and the Lions. Not in that order, but like those 3 teams would be above the Ravens. I think.
Honestly, that's clearly wrong. The real answer is Colts, Titans, and Saints.
Honestly,
it's the bottom 3. What are you talking about?
That'd be crazy.
Scroll all the way to the bottom real quick.
Crazy power rating.
You forgot the Browns.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the Browns. Switch the Titans for the Browns.
Honestly, I think the Ravens, I think they should be number 2. Either number 2 or number 3. It is really tough to place them, but they are one of the most complete teams right now. I would not put the Chiefs over them, and I wouldn't put the Lions over them. The Bills maybe, and that's just because whenever these 2 teams go head-to-head, the Bills do end up winning most of the time. But it's one of those coin flips where it's like, if these 2 teams played 100 times, the Bills win 55 and the Ravens win 45. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's super close. They're very competitive with each other, and we're going to see that in week 1, and we will get to that. But I think the Ravens being number 2 is probably right where they should be, if not like maybe 1 lower.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Tom, what do you think?
About right. 2, 3, 4, somewhere around there. You can't really complain. I mean, we're just going up, based on feelings and how everyone kind of ended last year.
We're going off of that preseason, which is why the Giants are number 3, baby.
Browns
number 4.
Obviously, right? But for what we know from before games are actually played, 2, 3, 4 sounds about right for the Ravens.
Totally fair. But we'll scroll down to the next one on the list. The Green Bay Packers are at 6. What do you guys think about that? Too high or too low?
Okay, when was this list put out?
Today.
Was this today? Okay.
It was put out today?
I was going to say, if this was put out before the Michael Parsons trade, I'd say way too high.
They literally, in their description, it says, trading for Micah Parsons on the eve of the season is a pretty good way to shut me up.
I love that. That's awesome.
Honestly, probably a little too high. I'd probably have something around 10.
I think you're right.
9, 10, 11, somewhere around there.
As a resident Packers fan, I also agree they're a little too high. They were at 8, and now they're up to 6. I think it really should have been the other way around, where they were probably at 10, and now they're up to 8. But whoever they have next is not who I think is necessarily better, because next is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 7, which is such a hot take, and we'll get to that too. I do think the Washington Commanders have a slight edge, and then the Cincinnati Bengals being down at 10 is too low for me, and I think the Bengals are going to come out hot this year, and they're probably technically the better team too. I don't have any problem with anyone above them, but if I had to put them down to 8, the 2 teams I put above them is the Washington Commanders and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, the Bengals are so low because they have no defense.
That is true. But you never know. Yeah. Every year is a new opportunity, so we'll see.
Yeah, I see the Denver Broncos at 9. I would think maybe switching the Packers and the Broncos, even though the Broncos don't make that much sense because the
Broncos are so interesting.
Been that good. Yeah,
because they looked really good last year, but the fact of the matter is that they're having the Dolphins effect, where they are destroying any team that has a losing record, but they have lost to every single playoff team. So, they had a good record because they won the games they should have won, and they lost the games that you think they would probably lose. And when you have a weaker schedule, that just makes sense as to why you then have a playoff spot. I still think the Broncos are going to be good because they have a great defense, but it's going to be really interesting if they're going to be actually good this year and overcome that hurdle, or if they're just going to fall into that same, we beat the bad teams and lose against the good teams. Because I think that's where the 49ers are going to fall this year too. The 49ers have the easiest schedule, so they're going to look better than they really are by beating up on all the bad teams.
Fair point.
I want to know your guys' opinion on the Buccaneers at 7, though.
It's the division to lose.
I know, but division-wise, putting them above the Commanders, the Broncos, the Bengals, the Rams, and the Texans.
At least, okay, all those teams besides maybe the Texans actually have to fight for the division. The Buccaneers, as long as they breathe, they're going to win the NFC.
So my thought process on this is the same thing that I brought up several episodes ago, where I think the Buccaneers are kind of like a sleeper team. They are one of the 2 teams in the NFL last year to beat both the Lions and the Eagles, right? Not too many teams did that. The Lions and the Eagles only lost 2 games during the entire regular season. Both of them each had a loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then, of course, the Washington Commanders also beat both of those teams, so it makes sense as to why they're in the top 10. So I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a high ceiling for how well they can do, but they also have such a low floor where everything could fall apart really easily. So I don't know. It's putting them on 7 is literally hoping that they are reaching their ceiling. And if you're giving them that ceiling, then 7 is where they belong. But their floor could also be 22.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, you got a lot of space that they can play with to show that they can do really well. So,
All right, and the last one I wanted to bring up, because we want to go over everyone's team and give them a fair chance. Hold up, let me scroll down. Still scrolling. Give me a moment. Still got to scroll a little further. 29, the Carolina Panthers.
Who do they beat?
Too high.
What are you thinking, Tom? Too high or too low?
Who are they above?
The New York Jets, the Cleveland Browns, and the New Orleans Saints.
We're not better than the Colts?
No, the Colts are at 28.
Man.
The Giants are 27 and the Titans are 26.
I'm insulted. Okay, honestly, all these teams down here are all different shades of bad. So you can kind of mingle them all around. So the Saints being last makes sense. I'm just glad our ranking didn't start with a 3. That's all I'm happy about.
True.
Just
it's at least a
that
20 number.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, maybe it's because I'm delusional. I think it's a little too low for them. I would still at least put them above the Colts, the Giants, and the Titans. I think the Raiders are too low as well. But
they're helping me.
I think there's a lot of these teams that are a little too high. Like, you can knock the Cowboys down a little bit. You can knock the Jaguars down a little bit. And I would healthily put the Carolina Panthers between 25 and 22. Not too high, but where I think they're going to be better than the trash teams. It's just their defense needs to overcome that hurdle.
Honestly, I think the biggest strike against the Panthers in terms of this ranking, right, is that the historically worst defense ever. Yeah, and I get 17-game season, but it's still the most points ever given up. So so that's probably heavily weighing them down into the rankings. If they had not the all-time worst defense, but just a bad defense, they'd probably be up a few ranks. But
yeah, they literally say that they go, how much can the defense improve after allowing the most points in NFL history in 2024? The answer will have to be a lot if Carolina is to contend in the South and end its 7-season absence from the playoffs.
Not as long as the Jets.
True. Does it say how long the Jets have been out? No.
12 years or something?
Why is Jacksonville at 23?
So
that to me doesn't make any sense.
Jacksonville is at 23 because they got Travis Hunter, which everybody's like, "Oh my god, Heisman guy, right?" He didn't even win the Heisman. No.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah.
He won it, I
don't
think.
know.
I don't remember who won the Heisman. I thought they gave it to like I swear it was Travis Hunter. Cuz he did the offense-defense gimmick and that's what gave it to him.
Yes, it was Travis Hunter.
Okay, so
we're not crazy.
They have he has the Heisman winner. Brian Thomas Jr. is supposed to be a great wide receiver, and everyone is still high on Trevor Lawrence because he was a high school prospect. But Trevor Lawrence has had a couple bad decisions while on the field and hit his head a few too many times. I don't think he's going to be that great.
That's kind of why I'm surprised that they're at 23. I really think the Panthers could be a little bit higher.
The Jaguars,
we'll find out.
The Jaguars had that one season where they snuck into the playoffs with it was a wild card, and then they made it to the divisional round and then got stomped by the Chiefs. And
that makes sense.
And that's it. That's their. Ever since then, I think they've just continuously missed the playoffs and finished 32 in pass defense. So I don't know who says they might be sneaky wild card candidates. I don't know about that one, Chief.
The one defensive metric the Panthers didn't place dead last in last year.
Yay!
Let's go.
All right, but those are our higher and lowers. That was enlightening. Are you guys ready for the real heart of the episode, though? It is ready. Yes. It is time to do the picks.
The picks. Dun, dun, dun. Let's go.
Ooh. All right, so this is in my community's Pick'em Pigskin League. So if you guys want to join, I'll put the link in the description. Someone remind me to put the link in the description.
Aaron, put the link in the description.
All right, thanks, guys. I'll remember. I swear. So this is going to be vote-wise. There are 3 of us, so there's no way it could tie. We're either going to do 2-1 or a unanimous 3-0, and that is how we will decide who is going to win. And that's us. We're going to choose who's win. We are the script writers. Whoever we choose will win.
Unless I split myself in half, then there'll be a tie.
Oh yeah, true. You're like, I want both teams to win.
Would you split yourself in half long ways or horizontal?
No comment.
I think I'm gonna go long ways personally. That's just me.
So you still have one arm and one leg on one side.
Yeah.
You just keep your right side and you say, "Oh, I'm all right."
There you go. All right, fellas, let's get into it. Thursday Night Football, NFL kickoff, Dallas Cowboys at Philadelphia Eagles. Who are we choosing? Cowboys. Okay, no, it's the
Eagles.
Eagles. It's Eagles.
I picked the Eagles.
It's the Eagles.
There's no way.
Mm-hmm. All right, Friday night matchup. Keep in mind this one is in Brazil, where the Packers and Eagles played last year, and everybody got hurt because the turf was terrible. We've got the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. Who are we feeling?
Did you hear about the lawsuit going on with like some fan sued the Chargers because this is a Charger home game they got taken away?
Oh, really?
So funny.
That's crazy.
I could understand because it's a 17-game season, right? So every team is going to have 9 and 8 of one or the other. So there's some teams are going to have an extra away game and some teams are going to have an extra home game. If you already had 9 home games and counted this as a home game, and if the Chiefs had 9 away games and counted this as a away game, then each of them would be 8 and 8. That would be fine. I didn't look at the schedule, but if the Chargers only had 8 home games and this takes away one of them, I could see where they'd be upset. Can someone get a stat on this? Where's our assistant?
Especially true. It's also division rival. It's also big issue there. All right, hold on. Going to NFL. We're going to looking at.
Oh, the Chargers do only have 8 home games.
Ooh,
okay, well, no. That's because they didn't count this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah. So they didn't count this one. So yeah, the Chargers are just splitting 8 and 8. So at least they were smart about it.
Okay.
And then how many home games do the Chiefs have?
20.
Every game's a home game.
No,
Every
but the
game's a
Chiefs
home
get
game for the
9.
Chiefs.
The Chiefs get 9 home games, which means this is one of their away games.
Oh,
Yep.
that's because you got to give the Chiefs, the prime time. America's team, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Kelsey.
So that's interesting. I mean, it is going to be an away game no matter what, but it is interesting that that's the way it works out. Anyway, my vote's for the Chiefs. You can't bet against the Chiefs.
So
I
picked the Chargers because
It's not going to matter.
I
Sorry,
will
Noah.
pick against the Chiefs every week. Like my personal picks, I picked the Chargers because I'm gonna pick against the Chiefs every week.
That's so
I pick the
real,
Chiefs.
and
I
I
don't like the
love that
Chiefs.
for you.
Yeah,
All right,
but
fellas.
realistically, the Chiefs got that one. So.
Yeah, they are favored, so makes sense. Now we've got Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Atlanta Falcons. What are we thinking?
This one could actually be a little tricky because the Falcons swept the Buccaneers last year.
Isn't that interesting?
That is true. Yeah.
Mhm.
I picked the Buccaneers personally when I did my picks.
I'm also going to pick the Buccaneers. Sorry, Tom. Doesn't matter what you say.
I mean, we went 3-0 with the Buccaneers. So.
True. All right, Buccaneers it is. Then we've got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Cleveland Browns. What are we feeling?
Hold on. Can we talk about how this is an AFC North game on Fox?
Yeah,
Like,
that is kind of interesting.
so weird to me
Fox
because
is,
usually the AFC
Fox is
games
usually
are on
NFC
like
and
CBS.
CBS. Yeah, CBS is usually AFC. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sometimes it
Maybe
gets
they
bounced around.
paid for some rights or something. They really want that bag.
Probably.
Maybe there wasn't enough NFC games to go around.
Maybe they thought they were going to get Shador Sanders. No.
Maybe
gotta
there weren't
get
any
old
good
man.
NFC games in the morning because I'm looking through the rest of the morning games. The other morning games that are NFC are Commanders Giants and Cardinals Saints. So you really don't get it. And then of course the Buccaneers Falcons. There isn't really a great choice here.
They must have ran out of slots, I guess, and that's why they're like, let's just do an AFC team. This one, I really think I'm leaning Bengals for this one personally, but I feel like this could go either way just because the Browns are slightly, and I mean that, slightly unpredictable.
And
Obviously,
here's the
their
thing.
defense sucks and their offense is meh, but
The Bengals
The
might
Bengals
be even
could
more
crash.
unpredictable because in the last 5 years, the Bengals are 1-4 in their opening day games and have started all of those years with a losing record. I think it was last year.
This is in Cleveland, so
And then one of those losses was against the Browns in an opening day. So you
I think
never know.
wasn't it last year losing to the Patriots?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did they? Damn. Okay.
But I think the Bengals have it this year. I'm going to choose the Bengals.
Yeah, I really
mean-
think the Bengals got it.
I mean, you would be, daft to pick the Browns in this situation.
But Joe
my God, Joe
Flacco! That's
Flacco!
what I'm saying.
Joe Flacco, man, come on.
But Joe Burrow is what Joe Flacco wishes he could have been.
I mean, if they put Joe Burrow on the Browns, something's wrong. But
I did pick the Bengals, but the Browns could easily win this game. It could be the only game the Browns win.
It could
Bengals
be.
can't start strong any year.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, fair enough.
All right, moving on
These
to the
next
next
two
one,
games-
though. We've
These
got
next two games are stinkers.
the Miami Dolphins at the Indianapolis Colts. What are we feeling, guys?
This is a stinker game.
I picked the Colts personally, but I might change my mind on knowing that Daniel Jones is a starter.
I don't believe in Daniel Jones.
I'm
Yeah,
going
I think-
Miami. I know both teams
Yeah.
are supposed to be stinkers.
Yeah, Miami.
Miami.
My personal pick will still be for the Colts, but for this, I'll pick Miami.
All right,
so.
totally fair. Miami it is. I think so far we've chosen everybody who's favored. We're so vanilla, it's gross. All right, guys. This one might deter us. Let's see. We've got the Las Vegas Raiders at the New England Patriots. Patriots are favored at home. The pick percentages are 46-54.
I mean, Drake May is supposed to be the next great Patriots quarterback, right? I mean, the big
Supposed
question
to
is
be.
the question is that offensive line. Will it hold up
Against
I mean,
Max Crosby?
They did draft, an old lineman in the draft, and his short arms that no one could. That's the only thing they could talk about during the draft. You got short. T-Rex out there trying to block. And then once preseason started, no one said anything because, oh, look, he can actually block pretty good. So, I don't know. Honestly, though, I picked the Raiders. I think
that's who I picked
also
too.
picked the Raiders. Oh my God! All three of us going against the grain, and maybe it's just because it's a completely reformed team. But I genuinely think that the Raiders are going to be better than what people anticipate them. The power rankings had them all the way down at like 28, right in front of the Panthers. So I don't know. I think this is the sleeper pick for the week. Even it's pretty close to 50-50. But I mean, like the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts are both like -110, which is literally a 50-50 spread when it comes to like the betting lines. But the Raiders are +120 and the Patriots are -140. So like according to the NFL and Vegas, like they actually think the Patriots are favored. But I still think the Raiders are the better team here.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think Stephon Diggs walking into New England is actually going to make that big of a difference. Dude has kind of not been performing the past few years.
I mean, maybe 4 years ago, that would have been a much bigger thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But a couple ACLs, an ACL injury later, you don't know.
Yeah. Well, look at us with a little throw a little loop. We still have 10 more games though, so we'll see how else this goes.
Oh, yeah, this next one, we're definitely gonna throw this one for a loop.
Oh yeah, Arizona Cardinals versus the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. What are we thinking? Bye week.
The week 1 bye week.
The week 1 bye. This is the fifth week preseason game.
Yep. In all seriousness now, Cardinals. No shot.
Kyler Murray runs for touchdown. Yeah.
Kyle Murray. This one I think will actually be interesting. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the New York Jets.
Aaron Rodgers going back to his old team.
I know. It's kind of a funny first week matchup where he has to face his old team. I didn't even think about that till you brought it up. Everyone has been hyper-focusing like
season, right?
The Steelers against the Packers later in the season, but this really is a showdown of like him versus his old team.
Yeah. Didn't Aaron Rodgers only play one season with the Jets because he hurt himself on the first season he was with the Jets?
Yep, he had a 2-year contract. 4 plays went down. I always love to throw out this stat, which is so funny because they're kind of doing this year as well. Is that the very beginning of the 2023 season, all of these like draft books or whatever were doing a bonus, like, hey, come play with us for week 1. We'll give you like a gimme bet. Aaron Rodgers, like 0.5 pass yards. So like
higher or lower.
Higher or lower. And so it's like obviously higher. There's no way he's going to get negative pass yards. It's a free bet. Come spend your money here and then you'll make more money and then you can continue betting. But because he went down on the first 4 plays and never got a pass yard off, he ended with 0 and everybody who made that bet lost. Believe it or not, that same bet is happening this year for Dak Prescott. So if you don't know, Dak Prescott currently has a 0.5 pass yard higher or lower bet that you can get on right now. We're not sponsored by any of these sports books, and I don't encourage gambling, but that's free money unless this actually becomes like the Madden Curse 2.0, and now whoever gets this like preseason 0.5 pass yard bet gets an ACL tear on the first drive of the game.
That would be tragic.
That would be it would be tragic, but I think it would low key be hilarious.
It would be, but that would be very tragic for Dak Prescott.
So anyway, Pittsburgh Steelers is my pick. What do you guys think?
I agree.
I don't believe in the Steelers. I picked the Jets.
Well, 2-1. We're going Steelers.
No, sorry, Justin Fields and the Jets.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the Jets are a little bit better than people might give them. They won't be good, I don't think, but they might be a little bit better. And we know that Aaron washed is kind of washed. So
you know what? You swayed me. I'm switching to the Jets. 2-1 on the Jets now. I really thought about it. Aaron Rodgers is going to suck. The Jets actually have a decent defense, and Justin Fields is better than what people think. Who do the Pittsburgh Steelers have? An old wide receiver and an older quarterback.
DK Metcalf.
They're going to be kicking field goals the whole time. If the Jets can score 1 touchdown, I mean, they probably win. Because here's the fun fact. Last year at the season opener, or was it? No, it was 2 years ago. It was that same season opener when Aaron Rodgers was supposed to play the Bills. He goes down hurt. Zach Wilson comes in, and the Jets still end up winning that game against the Bills. You never know.
Part to Zach Wilson, but they did win the game.
They did, thanks to a last-second punt return touchdown, which was like
punt return touchdown in
magical.
Overtime. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They won the ball. They won the game without giving the ball to Zach Wilson.
So true. So I guess
I've been swayed. I changed my pick to the Jets.
Let's go 3-0 the Jets.
3-0.
The official pick of the Three Sad Fans podcast.
This is the only time I am picking the Jets.
Unless
they become really good.
After the first week, when we realize how bad they are, we'll choose against them. All right. Next pick up, we've got the New York Giants against the Washington Commanders in Washington.
Commanders.
Yeah, okay, that one was easy. We don't even have to talk about it. Giants, yeah.
Giants defensive line is really scary, but that's about the only thing about the team that's...
They traded away all the good players. They traded away Xavier McKinney. They traded away Saquon Barkley. They traded away Daniel Jones.
The $40 million a year quarterback? Yeah.
They straight up cut him. Yeah, Washington Commanders. They look like a good team. They'll still be a good team.
Yep.
All right, and then we've got America's Game of the Week, the Carolina Panthers at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's the only game
that's real.
It's not.
It's America's Game of the Week?
No,
okay, I was about to say, it's like, that's not till 4 o'clock. Like, what happened?
It is the only game this week, though, that features 2 cat teams.
Wow, true. It's the Kitty Bowl.
The Kitty Bowl.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right, let's get the analysis and the breakdown, because we were going to do that before we did picks, but now we're just going to do it while we're doing picks.
I mean, week 1, we don't know who either of these teams are. You know, the big question for the Panthers is which Bryce Young shows up, right? Is it a Bryce Young that was so bad that he got benched after like 2 weeks last year? Or was it the Bryce Young that came back and, you know, put together really solid games at the end of the season? You know, looked like the actual, the number 1 overall pick.
They went toe-to-toe with the Chiefs. They could have won that game.
We went toe-to-toe against the Eagles as well in that run, too.
Yeah.
Right, I forgot about that.
Those were the 2 teams that went to the Super Bowl, and the Panthers almost beat both of them. 1-score games.
Crazy.
Final seconds.
Yeah. So it depends on, you know, hey, which Bryce Young shows up, you know. Also, I think another thing is, you know, who's going to be catching the ball now? Now that Adam Thielen was traded back to Minnesota, who's catching the ball? Because really, since this is Bryce Young's 3rd season in the NFL, there are no receivers left from his rookie year. All of them were either cut or... It's a whole brand new match. Adam Thielen was the last one. But, you know, he got traded to Minnesota. Also, side note, apparently that trade was always going to happen. Like, Thielen let Panthers GM and ownership know, hey, I want to move back to Minnesota. And so it was just getting about the compensation right.
They had to figure, I got you.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I'm going. You better figure it out.
Yeah. It's like he wanted to go. I mean, he was born in Minnesota. He went to college in Minnesota. He spent the first 10 years of his career in Minnesota.
In Minnesota, makes sense.
Minnesota is his home. So you know, we got it done. And, you know, I appreciate Thielen's 2 years of service in Carolina. Best of luck to you. And again, so that's the second thing. Who's going to catch the ball? Is it going to be first round pick Ted McMillan? Is he going to have a good game as his first game as a rookie? Is last year? He's got to show up. You know, who knows? I mean, Hunter Renfrow.
I think Hunter Renfrow will be a good go-to. I think, honestly, between your first-round pick and Hunter Renfrow, that's your wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2.
And then the last key for the Panthers is, what's the defense going to do? I mean, it can only go up from here, right? Right?
We hope. I hope.
It can't. That's what I'm asking.
That's what I'm asking.
Get it?
I mean,
and so those are the keys for success for the Panthers. Obviously, I'm a Homer Simpson, and so
All right, so with the Jacksonville Jaguars on the other side of it, I don't think that their offense is going to be all that high flying. Yeah, they have, what is it, Brian Thomas Jr., is that his name?
Yes, that was.
And then they brought in Travis Hunter, and they have Trevor Lawrence, which you think all those pieces are going to be good offense. I just don't see them clicking together, though, especially with Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is way too hyped at the moment and is already, I hate to say he's already on his decline, but he's already on his decline. And I just don't see their defense being that high either. I mean, like they gave up 32 most passing, 32 in the league for passing yards given up, right? So this could easily become like a shootout, if anything, and it could just be whoever ends up scoring more points. And I want to say, this is maybe a hot take, the Carolina Panthers offense is going to do better than the Jacksonville Jaguars offense. What I see in Bryce Young, and this is just me as like a Packers fan, right? There's like a parallel between how Bryce Young is now versus what Jordan Love was after his like rookie season. He was in this year. He was in year 3 at that point, but his first year as a starter, where he started off bad and then came up and had a really good end of the season once everything started clicking. And then you go into the next season where he started doing pretty okay. He was consistent. He wasn't necessarily as like high flying as he was the end of the previous year, but he was good and consistent. And if Bryce Young can at least mirror that and come into this season as good and consistent, he has the pieces around him to build a pretty darn good offense. Chuba Hubbard is a great running back, and I think a lot of people forget that. The Carolina Panthers have a much stronger offense than people realize. So that's why I'm going to choose the Jacksonville Jaguars. No, I'm not. I'm going to choose the Carolina Panthers. But yeah, let's go. What are you choosing, Noah?
I picked Panthers.
Yeah, let's go 3-0 Panthers.
Yeah. I really think the Panthers are going to be the better team over the Jaguars, even though the Jaguars are favored. But I really think the Panthers have.
I'm not just choosing the Panthers to make Tom happy. I genuinely think that they can win this football game. Now, if they were against like the Eagles, no, I've definitely picked the Eagles. Sorry, but. Yeah. I think the Panthers showed what they can do at the end of last year, and if they at least carry that over to this year, they should start beating the bad teams and be competitive with the good teams, kind of like what we saw out of the Broncos.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're saying there's a chance we sneak in as a 7th seed?
I'm saying there's a chance.
There's a chance.
There's a chance.
Just got to beat a couple of the good teams, and you're in.
Beautiful.
All right, then we've got America's Game of the Week. It's not, but it is the first afternoon game in the Denver Broncos versus the Tennessee Titans in Denver. Does anyone see this going any other way than the Broncos? Just
No.
Broncos.
This is actually
Mile High Ponies.
This is the most favored game of the entire week, and it also has the highest pick rate of the entire week. I don't think anyone expects the Tennessee Titans to win except for the 5% of people in Tennessee or people who were just clicking by which logo they like better and hate horses.
No one believes in the first overall pick, Cam Ward. Unfortunate.
Nope. Is he starting?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Throw a rookie out there and hope for the best, I guess. All right, we got a second afternoon game starting at the same time. We've got the San Francisco 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks.
This one's interesting. The 49ers is usually a on-again, off-again team. Like one year, they're really good. 2 years ago, Super Bowl. And then last year, they sucked.
But now it's their on-again year. And they have the easiest schedule in the league. So
Yeah. So it was just probably why like most people, like including myself, have picked the Niners.
I also picked the 49ers.
I'm also going to pick the Niners. And it's nothing against the Seahawks, but the Seahawks lost so many key pieces and replaced them with kind of questionable pieces, right? Like Sam Darnold as quarterback. And are you going to get the Sam Darnold that showed up in Minnesota, or are you going to get the Sam Darnold that got benched and cut from the Jets? You know, like which one are you going to do? And that's hard to say because I think the reason why he succeeded so well in Minnesota is because of the pieces around him. In Seattle,
good coaching,
doesn't really have those pieces around him. He has a good receiver, and that's about it. And in the 49ers, they still have Brock Purdy. They still have Christian McCaffrey. They still have mostly the same coaching staff. And they're probably going to be in contention for the NFC West with the Rams. Depending on if Matthew Stafford's back, is Micah Parsons back, or a old man in his 80s
Batman.
back. Yeah, or
Batman over the spine back.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Over the knee, yeah. Broken spine, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we'll have to see. But we're all in agreement with the San Francisco 49ers.
And now the next game.
Now the
America's game of the week.
Actual America's
even though it's
game
on
of the week.
CBS. Yeah.
Detroit Lions
Packers.
at the Green Bay Packers. So here's the fun fact about this. Before the Micah Parsons trade, the Detroit Lions were favored. After the Micah Parsons trade, the Packers are now favored. It's not by much. It's a minus 130 to a plus 110. So that's like, what, 2.5 points? But they are favored now. So that makes it very interesting. I'll do my little analytical breakdown. The last 4 times these teams faced each other, the Packers lost 3 times. The only one time they did win was in Detroit on Thanksgiving, when the Packers had a losing record. So that was really the Packers' turning point before they got good, and ever since they've been good, they've still lost to the Lions. But they've kept it close. The 2 times that they did lose last year were at least pretty close one-score games. One of them was literally a last-second field goal. And the main real difference here was the Detroit Lions' gutsy calls. The Detroit Lions had 5 fourth downs that they went for in the last matchup, where they converted 4 of them, and 2 of them were for touchdowns. Can you tell I've done my homework? And so with the Packers
You're
now,
not obsessed at all.
now that the Packers actually have a stronger defense in Micah Parsons, and they have a little bit more familiarity with each other and the new scheme that they've been working on, I do think that they can step up and get those stops when they need to get those stops, because that's always been the thing with the Detroit Lions. They are very ballsy, they're very gutsy, and that's why they ended up losing in the NFC Championship or NFC divisional round last year. Divisional round. And it's because they were gutsy, they were going for big calls, they ended up going down, and they just couldn't recover. So if the Packers can get a hot start and go up early, because that's the problem with the Packers in all the games they lost last year, they never really ever had a lead. They were down 28-0 against the Vikings. They were down a few touchdowns against the Lions. They never were able to cement a lead. If the Packers can get out hot and get a good start, they absolutely can win this game. If they have to play catch up, it's going to end up being closer. But we will see how big of a difference the defense is going to make. I do pick the Packers because resident Packers fan.
We have the Homer Simpson pick. Gotcha.
Yep.
I mean, a thing for the Lions, right? They lost both their coordinators. So we don't.
That is true. Yeah.
So new guys come in. They have schemes. Are those new coordinators gonna be as effective in play calling and being able to scheme like Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn were? Who knows? I'm still gonna go with the Lions. I think the Lions still have the talent to get it over the line. Micah Parsons does sway the needle a little bit. I don't think it's enough to win this.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Our friendship is now over. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I guess it's gonna have to become the One Sad Fan podcast, because I also picked the Lions.
What?
Yeah, I also picked the Lions.
I can't believe it.
Bye, Evan.
Bye. Hope you find your dad.
Betrayed.
I'm not Homer Simpson.
You're not Homer Simpson.
You will be in a few picks.
Yeah, I really think, as Tom said, they have the talent for this. I think their offensive line I think a little bit more put together than the Packers is. Obviously, with Micah Parsons on the Packers, that is going to sway the needle a little bit, but I think the Lions, just, even though it's slight, and I mean that slight, they're a better put together team regardless of their coordinators. If they are going to like do well, we'll find out.
They did
go
go 15-2 last year, which is just nobody goes 15-2. Can I just like for
insane.
a brief moment talk about how much of an anomaly last year was? We had 3 different teams go 15-2 in the Lions, the Eagles, and the Chiefs, and then another team go 14-3, which is just crazy. Like you would get like the number 1 seed going 14-3, and then a bunch of other teams hovering around 12-13. The fact that 3 teams had 15 wins and another team had 14 is probably the craziest, most lopsided NFL we've seen in decades.
Right, absolutely.
It was not fun because we got another Super Bowl rematch. I'm hoping for not a Super Bowl, but with our luck, it'll be the Niners and Chiefs again. And we'll all be suckers because we're still going to.
It's true. It's so true. I hate it.
We're only going to watch the Super Bowl for the Taylor Swift halftime show, and that's about it. So.
Do you hear that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are going to get married at halftime?
60% of the time I'm thinking about Bet. It's Super Bowl 60. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Anyway, I clicked the lines for you guys. Hope you're happy.
I am, thanks.
I am satisfied.
All right, next we've got the Houston Texans at the LA Rams. How we feeling?
This is a good game on paper, actually. This is actually probably one of the better games of the week.
Yeah, this will be going to watch.
Even though it's happening literally the same time that the Packers game is happening.
Yeah, I picked Rams.
I also picked the Rams.
I also picked the Rams.
Okay, so we're all in agreement. But I think it'll still be a good game. I think it'll be close.
Yeah,
no more discussion. Next game. Next game.
Yep.
I want to say something. I really it'll be interesting to see how CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud.
Yeah, how he performs this season because I just really think that's gonna be a really fun game to watch. Like
a good rookie season. Slumped a little bit in the second. How does he bounce back for the third?
Yeah. I feel like he will bounce back, but we'll see what happens.
I'm hopeful for the Texans to do well this year, but like it's so hard for them to just get over from being mediocre to like elite, you know? There's too many teams in the AFC that are elite that they just can't be part of that group.
I mean, it kind of sucks because they keep placing first in the division because they're the only ones that breathe. so they get the toughest schedules every. So.
Yeah, all right, let's move on to the Sunday night game. We've got the Baltimore Ravens at the Buffalo Bills.
Oh God. All
right, Ravens fan, what are you looking at? What do you see?
This is really going to be a test to see how the Ravens have grown since the last season because they are literally doing a playoff rematch here because I think if I remember correctly, this was a divisional round playoff game against the Ravens and the Bills at, I believe it was a Bills home game.
It was in Buffalo.
The Ravens, I forgot what that score was. I don't think the Ravens did. They lost by 2.
You know where that 2 points came from.
Yeah. Now I remember.
Andrews, hold on to the palm now.
No.
Mark Andrews.
No. Poor Mark Andrews. I feel bad for that guy. Anyway, so but the Bills are also just a damn good team, and we all said they're gonna go 17-0 this year, and I wholeheartedly believe it. If they're able to beat the Chiefs, they're gonna win the Super Bowl. That's what I think.
It's whoever can beat the Chiefs goes to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to.
Whoever can beat the Chiefs, but I really think the Bills are gonna be the ones to do it.
You know what? Can I just side tangent how upset I am that between the Bills, the Ravens, and the Chiefs, they always place 1, 2, and 3 with the Chiefs being 1. So the Ravens and Bills always have to play each other first before they go play the Chiefs.
Hate that.
I just wish maybe Houston pops off so that they could take the 3 or 2 spot so that the Chiefs actually have to play somebody good in the divisional round instead of just stomping and cakewalk their way to the AFC Championship game. I would love to see the Chiefs have to go through both the Ravens and the Bills before going to the Super Bowl. Please.
I would love that.
I
would love that. I think for the last Super Bowl, when we did our picks for the playoffs, I wanted the Texans to win just because I didn't want the Ravens had to go against the Bills because I knew that the Bills were going to win against the Ravens. I knew. Yeah, I mean the Ravens offense I think is still pretty solid. They still got Derrick Henry on the line. They still got like all the usual people, Justice Hill and Mark Andrews is on there. I really think they just have a solid team overall. But the Bills are just going to be the much better team. And while I would homer Simpson, and I'm not. I'm picking the Bills.
Ooh.
I'm picking the Bills for this one.
Wow, that's very strong-willed of you, Noah, and I'm proud of you. What are you thinking, Tom?
I picked Ravens.
You picked Ravens.
You did pick the Ravens.
I picked Ravens.
It's coming down to me.
Why is that? I'm curious. Just because you think they're a better team, or what's up with that?
Derrick Henry.
He knows they're a better team.
I mean, Derrick Henry's gonna do a really good job, but I think the Bills have better talent.
Obviously, well, the stat was if you give the ball to Derrick Henry like 15 times or something last year.
Yeah, then they win the game, right?
Yeah, above X amount they lost. Give the ball to Derrick Henry, you're gonna win the football game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was really hoping you guys would choose the same thing, so I didn't have to make this choice. But here we go. So the Ravens are favored, but the Bills have a higher pick rate. When it comes down to it, though, I'm gonna go with the Ravens because I do truly believe the Ravens have the best offense in the league. 100%. Top 3 quarterback, top 3 running back, top 3 wide receiver. They have a tight end. We're not going to talk about him. But Tyler Loop is literally stepping in as the kicker, and I think he's going to just fill that gap beautifully. I think he's going to be able to carry on that legacy that the Baltimore Ravens have a great kicking game. So we're going Baltimore Ravens, even though the one Ravens fan didn't choose the Ravens.
Yay.
Him and I really are the Homer Simpson picks.
We sure are, but I'm also hopeful, right? Like, just knowing it could go either way. I said this earlier, this really is a 45% to 55% pick, and I think that this is going to lean 45% this time.
So after picking our team's games, the Panthers and Ravens will go 1-0, and the Packers are.
Yep.
Micah Parsons!
Micah Parsons doesn't mean anything when there's an offense.
All right. Last game of the week, we got the Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears.
Oh, God.
I was talking to my dad the other day about why the last 2 games are the hardest to pick because you have 2 of the best teams in the league going against each other in the Ravens and Bills, and then you have 2 of the most unknown teams in the league going against each other. This is like the ranked 17 team versus the ranked 18 team.
I mean, with the Vikings, you know all the offensive powers they've got, you know, everything but JJ McCarthy. Who is JJ McCarthy? Yeah,
he's like the most important plug-in. That's the thing. Is the quarterback is the most important role on the team. So if he's synergizing with everyone else, they're gonna do well. And if he's not, then they're not. JJ McCarthy did do great in college, but as we've seen time and time again, college doesn't always translate well to the NFL, especially depending on the system you're in. The Vikings usually have a great system, and they can take almost any quarterback, Sam Darnold, and make him pretty darn good, but it will still come down to the individual. Will he step up and fill that role? And then it's the Bears, so I always have to pick against the Bears because it's the Bears, so unfortunately I will choose the Vikings, but what do you guys think?
No, go ahead.
I picked the Bears.
Oh, spicy!
You pick against the Packers and you pick the Bears. Do I even know you?
You
think you know a guy?
I will be honest. This one was my sleeper pick for the week. Like,
this is your sleeper pick?
This one was my sleeper pick. If I had to be completely honest with myself, I think the Vikings will probably get this, but I personally for this picked the Bears, and I'm standing by that.
So 1 vote Vikings, 1 vote Bears. You're the tiebreaker.
I'll say Ben Johnson in his coaching debut. He's gonna lead, Caleb Williams to the promised land, but he's got to go up against a Brian Flores defense, which is very good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have highlighted on my screen the Vikings, but I want to switch that to the Bears just to see you click the Bears. I'll stick with the Vikings. I picked the Vikings.
All right, Vikings it is. I mean, I would hope for a tie if I could, but Vikings it is.
There's no tie. There's no tie option on these picks. So.
If only, man. If only.
Nah.
So those are your certified Three Sad Fans picks. Follow them at your own risk. But I do want to do one fun little thing as we jump through this and then go into our final thing. Is I want us to be able to, as a collective here, I want us to take like 3 or 4 games that we truly believe are a surefire win and like build a parlay for all of those gamblers out there. So do you guys have the games up?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we thinking surefire wins are? Because there's a lot of these that we're kind of back and forth on, and maybe this team is favored. I'm thinking at least for the first 2, Eagles and, well, maybe not Chiefs, but I do think Eagles are a surefire win.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm like maybe, but I think surefire wins. Cardinals.
You think the Cardinals are a surefire win? Oh yeah.
Over the Saints?
Okay, yeah, Cardinals.
Yes.
We'll put Cardinals money line.
And another one we all agreed on: Broncos over Titans.
Yeah. Okay, Broncos.
Commanders over Giants. I think we all agreed on.
Commanders.
And then another surefire. I mean, we all agreed Rams over. I don't think that's
surefire. No, definitely not.
No,
I wouldn't put money on it, you know. I would put money on the Eagles winning though. They're at home. It's raise the banner. It would be really embarrassing for them to lose to the Cowboys.
True, Super Bowl banner. Gotta win.
So that's 4 games right there. That I'm
I mean, I wouldn't put any money on any of these games personally.
I mean, none of us are. I don't got money to spend on it. Would I dare to even throw the Bengals in there too as a 5th team for a surefire win? Bengals over Browns.
Yeah, you can't trust the Bengals in week 1. They lost to the Patriots. You can't trust them in week 1.
All right, we won't throw the Bengals up there.
Come back in November, December.
I'd rather put money on the Raiders winning over the Patriots than the Bengals over the Browns.
That would be a fun sleeper, especially since it's a plus. You would make some good money on that. I always tell the story about how the one time I put $5 down on like a 10-game parlay, 2 of the teams I chose weren't favored and they still won, and I turned $5 into $250. It's pretty cool. Still not gonna gamble though. It was cool. It was one of my first times ever trying it, and I was like, hey, I'm pretty darn good at this. But yeah, so that's at least four teams, and then let's get like 2 or 3 anytime touchdowns. I'm thinking Saquon for anytime.
Yeah.
Saquon
Derrick Henry.
You think Derrick Henry touchdown? So anytime touchdown.
Let's go spicy. Mike Evans. From Mike Evans.
You think Mike Evans? Mike Evans.
That's a good one. I
think Mike Evans gets a touchdown against the Falcons.
And I was going to say Joe Burrow 2 throwing touchdowns at least.
He's going to have to throw. He's going to have to throw 4 a game if the Bengals want to have a.
Do we want to put it up to 3 then? Joe Burrow 3 touchdowns?
Yeah, let's go spicy.
Spicy. Yeah. We went from surefire to spicy. I like it. I would not put money on an Aaron Rodgers anytime.
Make it 8. They're gonna have to score 56 points a game if they want to win.
I'm looking through the rest of the teams and the rest of the games. I think that's all I can really pull out as this is most likely going to happen. Your Eagles, Commanders, Broncos, Cardinals money lines just because they're playing bad teams. So we're not even betting on who the good teams are. We're betting against who the bad teams are.
Yeah.
And then we've got Saquon anytime, Derrick Henry anytime, Mike Evans anytime, and Joe Burrow 3 passing touchdowns because Joe Burrow's going to be throwing the ball, and the Browns are not very good.
No, he's...
Allegedly.
Joe Burrow is not...
They go undefeated in the preseason, but allegedly they're not very good.
I mean, hey, listen, Shedeur Sanders, get him out there on defense. He's going to be swatting away all the balls.
QB is just basically a CB with a fancy line in the middle.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. All right.
He's got a point.
I can't really punch that in anywhere to see what it would pay out, but let's just pretend. Okay, I do have
$3 million.
I do have at least the website up for FanDuel. FanDuel, where the Eagles are minus 430. Where is it? Commanders are minus 270. Broncos are down here somewhere. Broncos are minus 430, and then the Cardinals are the other direction. The Cardinals are minus 290. So like those are pretty favored odds that you have there. Yeah, the two most favored are the Broncos and the Eagles, both at minus 430, so equally favored. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. Those are some pretty good favored, some pretty good odds. Gamble responsibly, but also don't gamble, kids.
Okay. We hate gambling around here.
I'm actually very interested. I kind of want to save that and then like see if that hits after the first week. That would be really interesting to see. And then if it does, then we'll make a short about it and tell everyone to listen to our gambling advice.
Yo, 17 passing touchdowns.
Yeah. All right, guys, listen to this
hit.
one. Adam Thielen, 2 receiving touchdowns. Thoughts?
No.
No.
Come on.
I like the guy. I don't like the guy, man. Probably not. Not with Justin Jefferson, Mario Addison.
Okay, but
Mario Addison?
Bryce Young, 4 passing touchdowns.
He hasn't done that yet once.
He hasn't done it once? There's a first time for everything.
At least I don't think so. And maybe he did that in the Falcons game last. I don't know.
Okay. So the last thing I have for you guys is just a little game. I have 9 different stats that 10 different teams all placed first in last year. And I'm going to have you guys try to guess what they are. And the fun fact is that there is no repeat teams. Every single one of these teams is different. So we'll start with an easy one, just kind of so you understand what the game is. The first one is, which team in the NFL had the most points scored?
Eagles?
It's not the Eagles. The Eagles were number 2, though. It's not the Eagles.
Otherwise the Chiefs, but I don't think that's right.
Not the Chiefs. The Chiefs actually didn't score a lot. They won a lot of close games. Got to think maybe who the other 15-2 teams were.
Lions.
It was the Lions. The Lions had the most points scored in the NFL last year. But because of that, the Lions now no longer appear anywhere else on this list.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Cross the Lions off the match.
Cross the Lions off. Yep. All right, let's go the other way. Who had the least amount of points scored last year?
Saints.
It was not the Saints. The Saints actually started hot. They had the most points for the first 2 weeks, if you remember.
Browns?
It is the Browns. The Browns were the least points scored last year. Okay, kind of flip it around to the defensive side, though. Who allowed the most points last year?
Oh, I wonder.
I wonder.
Is it that team?
It is. It's the Carolina Panthers with the historical most points allowed. Okay, but this one might actually be a little tricky, and if you get this within the first 3 guesses, I'll give you a crisp high five. Who had the least points allowed last year?
Thinking really good defense. Probably not a 15-2 team. Gotta be obscure.
The Daytona Triangles. Right?
It was Daytona Triangles. No, it wasn't. It wasn't the Dayton Triangles. I mean, if they didn't play any games, so they didn't allow any points. So technically
0. Yeah.
Yeah, technically. But there's another team. Another team allowed.
Is it the Denver Broncos?
It's not the Denver Broncos.
Ooh.
Went with PS2 defensive player of the year.
I was thinking Raiders, but I don't know if that is accurate either.
Not Raiders. Not even close. Raiders did terrible last year.
Yeah, I don't keep track of this stuff.
Steelers.
It was not the Steelers. No, it was a playoff team. If that helps.
Okay, nails it down to 14.
Ravens.
Wasn't the Ravens? No. And again, it was not one of the other teams that you already chose. So obviously not the Lions, definitely not the Browns or the Panthers.
Oh no, you don't say.
I'll let you guys take 2 more guesses at it, and if you don't get it, I'll spoil.
Are you a homer? Is this the Packers?
It's not the Packers, no. But the Packers were close, actually. They were up there. I think they were top 5 or something like that.
I'm actually pulling up a list of the teams that were in the playoffs last season.
Give me one good guess, Noah.
Buffalo.
It's not the Buffalo Bills.
No.
All right, you guys want to know?
Is it
I'm
the
stumped.
Texans?
It's not the Texans. It was the LA Chargers. The LA Chargers gave up the least amount of points last year. Believe it or
Never
not.
would have guessed the Chargers.
I
Never
know,
would've.
it's very obscure. I looked at it twice and I was like, "Are you sure? Is this real? That's crazy."
Never would have
Like
guessed.
Harbaugh did something good. That's crazy.
Dude knows how to football. All right,
Yeah,
these
he
ones
does.
we're gonna get into.
It gets suspended.
It gets
by the
easier again.
NCAA.
It gets easier again. Who had the most passing yards, specifically passing yards last year?
Oh, who threw the ball a lot? Not the Eagles. They ran the ball a ton. And I remember after the Panthers game, there was drama because Jalen Hurts threw for like only 78 yards in that game.
Yeah.
Everyone was so mad about that. That's wild.
Yeah,
They were saying he was
like, "Give me
getting
the ball."
Oh,
But no, so not the Eagles.
no, not Bengals. Not.
No, it had to be the Bengals.
It was
No,
the Bengals.
actually, no.
The
Yeah,
Bengals
that's what I was
had
thinking.
the
It was
most
the Bengals,
passing
yeah.
yards last year out of any
Had
other
to be the
team.
Bengals.
Mm-hmm. It
Yeah,
was
I
the
believe it.
Cincinnati
I believe it, yeah.
Bengals.
Had to be the Bengals.
Okay, but
Jamar
who-
Chase and T. Higgins, they had to throw the ball a lot because they sure couldn't run it, and they definitely didn't stop anything on defense.
my hint was
Right.
going to be it wasn't a playoff team, and I think that would have given it away. But yeah. All right, here. How about this one? Who had the most rushing yards last year? Which team
No, I'll take the first guess.
had the most rushing yards last year?
Baltimore Ravens.
It was the Baltimore Ravens with the
Let's
most
go!
rushing yards
I
in the
love Derrick
league.
Henry.
So although Saquon Barkley had technically more yards than Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson adding to that plus their second running
Yes,
back put them over
that
the
is
Eagles
true.
for most rushing. All right.
Absolutely.
Now we're gonna
Jalen Hurts only added 1 yard rushes at a time, so
All right. This one is going to be kind of a little interesting one. Which team / quarterbacks? This one is tied for first. That's why there's 10 teams on this 9 list. 2 teams
Okay.
are tied for most interceptions thrown. Who are the team / quarterbacks?
oh God,
Are they both not
Interceptions.
playoff teams?
it has to be right.
Neither of them made the playoff. Wait, no, actually, one of them made the playoffs. Sorry,
One of them made the playoffs.
one of them made the playoffs.
Made the playoffs. With those many
My-
interceptions, and gets him into the playoffs.
This one is a little
my
tricky.
first-
So
My first thought was Buccaneers. for
it
one of the
is one of them
teams.
is the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield was
That's
tied for first with most interceptions.
Wow.
There is one other person who threw just as many interceptions, though.
Oh
Tom,
God,
guess.
I was thinking, is it AOC?
It's not AOC. Nope.
Okay, I was like, he got benched
I
in between
think we need to
Gardner Minshew. I don't-
clarify. AOC.
Aiden O'Connell.
Aiden O'Connell is
Yeah,
Raiders quarterback
yeah.
before they got Geno.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. It's the same conference.
In conference, AFC. Okay,
But
team
the
that
Bucks
didn't
are
make the
not
playoffs.
AFC.
Oh,
I meant the same conference as the Bucks.
NFC.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Sorry.
NFC team didn't make the conference.
I feel like I know what it is, so I want Tom to guess it.
Give Tom a guess, and then we'll go back to you.
Running through the teams. No, probably not Dak. He was injured.
No.
Let's see,
none of them
NFC
think
North.
so.
Caleb Williams.
No, it was not Caleb Williams.
That was my guess. That
It's
was
a
my
good
my
guess.
guess.
It's a
Yeah.
solid guess.
It
But
is a good
Caleb
guess.
Williams actually did really well and didn't throw a lot of picks. Believe it or not, Caleb Williams actually had a pretty decent quarterback rating. He just didn't win a lot of games.
Not Donald, not Love. Not Caleb Williams.
I'll give you a second hint, and this might actually give it away. But not only is it the same conference, it's the same division.
The same division.
Same division as the
Oh,
Buccaneers.
was it a Derek Carr?
No, it was not Derek Carr.
Was it?
Saints.
Oh, was it Kirk Cousins?
It was Kirk Cousins on the
Cousins.
Falcons before they benched him. Kirk Cousins and Baker Mayfield tied for most interceptions thrown last year.
Generational bag getter.
Yep.
All
He
right.
paid millions of dollars to hold a clipboard this season.
We've got 2 more. One of them is a pretty easy one. The other one, I don't think you actually get in a million years, but that's okay. So we're going to go for the easy one first. Who was the most sacked quarterback?
Oh, Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams it is, baby. That's my goal.
I knew that.
I almost gave that
it was
away
like Drake May second.
when Noah was all like, Caleb Williams could have thrown a lot of the interceptions. And I was going to say, I was like, no, he didn't actually throw a lot of interceptions. He just got sacked a lot. But that would have given it away. So, but yeah, he got sacked a lot. All right.
He didn't have the opportunity to throw him.
True. Yeah.
Okay. Now, which quarterback in the league last year had the highest quarterback rating? And remember, it is not a team that has already been one of the last ones.
Oh, God.
Who had the highest quarterback rating in the league? I will give you 5 guesses. You will not get it, and then I will tell you, and you'll be like, what?
It's going to be a backup. Tanner McKee.
Yeah.
Who?
Tanner McKee of the Eagles.
Was not Tanner McKee. So it's not on the Lions, it's not on the Browns, it's not the Panthers, not the Chargers, not the Bengals, not the Ravens, not the Falcons, not the Bucks, and not the Bears. Those are the 9 teams that have already been chosen.
There are 2 teams that popped in my head immediately, and that's the Chiefs and the Bills.
Okay, but do you know the names of their quarterbacks?
I would hope so.
Josh Allen.
It is neither Patrick Mahomes nor Josh Allen.
I'm thinking highest quarterback rating. I'm thinking one guy that came in for week 8, right? It's like,
nope,
hey,
minimum
everyone's
3
resting.
games played.
Oh, 3 games played.
Ooh.
Malik Willis.
Was not Malik Willis, although he was up there. It was interesting. So you're on the right track, though.
Yeah. I was because the more you play, the more
this
you
is
but
this is not my guess, but my brain went, Joe Flacco played more than 3 games when he came back.
For the Colts, he wasn't particularly good for the Colts last year.
Yeah, no, he wasn't. No, that's why I'm like, no.
So I'm thinking. I'm just trying to think of quarterbacks that only played a few games. Like Michael Penix comes into mind. Malik Willis, but we already said that's no. Can we get a hint?
You were on the right track that it was a backup.
Okay, but it's not Michael. Well, it's not. You said not the same team. Michael Penix on the Falcons can't be that. It's a backup. No. Can't be the Panthers and Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton was Anyway, so it wasn't Tanner McKee. He only played. Backup.
Can you say the teams again that we already got correct?
The Lions, the Browns, the Panthers, the Chargers, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Falcons, the Bucks, and the Bears.
Oh God. I'm trying to think.
Was
really trying to think.
Like I said, you probably won't get it, but it's very interesting.
Is it Tommy DeVito of the Giants?
It's not Tommy DeVito.
No. No. What do you got?
No,
one more guess, and I'll spoil it.
I mean, you did say Tommy DeVito. No. Daniel Jones.
It's definitely not Daniel Jones. So the correct answer is Marcus Mariota for the Washington Commanders. He played 3 games. He threw for 0 interceptions, only got sacked 3 times. And how many touchdowns did he have? I know it was up there. He had 34 completions on 44 attempts for an average of 14, 121 pass yards per game. And I don't see where the touchdowns are definitely over here somewhere. I don't know. They're up here somewhere. Anyway, so just to give you an idea, Lamar Jackson is number 2 at 119. Tanner McKee was number 3 at 117. Jared Goff was number 4 at 118. Marcus Mariota had a QBR of 131.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I have it up on screen in case anyone doesn't believe me. Minimum 3 games played. And he had 3 games played. So
nice.
There you go. There's your fun little facts. And there were your leaders from last year. I guess we're going to see who takes over those spots for this upcoming year. It's going to be a really exciting time.
Absolutely.
All right, but anyone else have anything else to say before we clip it and ship it?
Football.
It's football tonight.
Football. Okay, we'll see you guys next week. See ya.
Bye.